Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a bit more La-Mulana. It's been quite a while since I played this last time, so this might get a bit difficult. I'm pretty sure I've not used this one yet, although at this point I guess we kind of know who the one on the bottom right is. So, as usually, changing out the mask as we go. And it's a little bit of a tricky thing. I don't exactly know anymore where we have been last time or what I've done. Oh, actually, I kind of know. I've started trying to defeat one of the bosses. I don't think I actually beat it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did not beat it. Right, hang on. How did I use Holy Grail? And I would need to go to the Twin Labyrinth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in the Twin Labyrinth, but actually we started from here because that was more efficient. But I actually have a plan on approaching this issue a little bit different, now that I remember that what I wanted to do. So let's actually go to the Twin Labyrinths real quick here. So, one of my ideas was that I wanted to go ahead and get... wait, where am I? No map. Get a ferry that gives me... multiplies my item drops, and then try to farm money. What I wanted to do is the following. So currently I have a sub-weapon, 3 shots with the gun. I know the gun is really strong, I don't know how exactly strong it is, but I remember taking quite a while trying to beat that boss without much success. One of my goals right now, I will want to try and buy ammunition, which costs 400 gold, and then try to take the boss on, basically using the gun more liberally overall. I can beat the first phase pretty reliably from what I remember, but the remainder is going to be rather difficult. So now that means I will need to try and find a nice spot for a ferry to spawn. Actually, that was right over here, I believe, was a decent ferry spawn. Need to get used to the mechanics again. Actually block that? That's interesting. Also, this thing is still a thing, which I seem to be able to hit through the wall, but not really. So yeah, we probably will be able to get over there eventually. Actually, hang on. I did figure out that the maps basically wrap around, so this thing down here would be to the left of here. I remember trying to get in here, I think. I wonder whether I tried from both directions, like I could potentially get in from here through the bottom, or potentially get in from here through the right side. I'm actually kind of tempted to just try that right now, which means it's quicker for me to go back here and descend. I'm just curious. At this point, I'm basically starting the exploration process kind of all over again. Maybe not all over again, but a lot of exploration will happen, so to speak. So here, through the bottom, I'm pretty sure I tried this and it didn't work. Right, we also got the keyblade. I don't remember exactly what it was for anymore. Okay, through that button doesn't work, but maybe to the right here. Oh god! Alrighty. Progress. without actually trying to get here in the first place. I wanted to get to the ferry place. So... I don't seem to be able to do anything here anyways. I'm not entirely sure what the point is of getting here. I can't sit down and wait either. I figured he would be able to do something from over here. But apparently not. Huh. Oh well. Also, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone who's just tuned in or may have not seen La-Mulana before, if you know La-Mulana, if you know the solutions to the puzzles, please do not tell us unless we specifically ask for certain hints. However, if you do not know La-Mulana, or if it's just kind of you are coming along the journey, feel free to just kind of guess as well as to what you could do. I do remember hitting some of those gears earlier, but apparently this one here doesn't work, so I'm not sure. Either way, we do have a way in here now, I guess. Although on the other hand, this thing on the right here, we are not able to get in there. But hey, figured out something. That's already kind of nice. Not actually progress though. Also, I do remember we have activated hard mode, which probably was a terrible decision in hindsight. But hey, now we have to live with it. So, ferry. I wanted to... You look a bit weird, you fish. I wanted to get the ferry with coin multiplier, but then again, I don't even know where I can grab monies. Or which enemies drop the most money, or the best money for that matter. I do remember that's kind of what I wanted to do at some point before I got interrupted practicing Tales of Fantasia for RPG Limit Break. So, The boss with Thunder and Fire. I have not beaten that one yet, Everald Johnson. That's kind of why I wanted to grind out some money and just get the pistol, trying to take out the boss quick. That was the plan anyways. Whether that's going to work or not, I'm not entirely sure, but that was kind of the idea that I just had. The question is where I would want to go. The main thing I somehow, for some reason, remember is that there was in the Chamber of Extinction, that's the dark area. I do remember there being some walls that were breakable and had coins in them, but I don't know whether they actually respawn, so let's actually go and take a look real quick. Also, there's a seal down there that we will eventually be able to activate. I think those kind of walls like up there. There we go. Let's see. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, they do respawn, so that's a plus. For some reason I remember finding money in those. There is money in there. So it's kind of a farming spot, but this probably might not be as efficient as I hope it would be, considering how not particularly much money there is each time. But there is money in there. I don't know how the multiplier works either, so... It would be pretty quick though, so that might be worth a try. I don't exactly know how the multiplier works anyways, or either if it's a multiplier, like these enemies here also drop pretty decent money. At least right now they did. Better than the wall anyways. But at the same time, even if it's just one coin, let's say multiplied by 5, would still be better for one coin because I can reset it so quickly. Here I don't have that luxury still. Kind of a curious thing to think about. So, I think that's the correct ferry. Oh, that's the key fairy. That's the wrong one. Alright, at least I know the pattern for the key fairy again. I still have no idea where to bring the key fairy, actually. I can just walk around in random areas hoping that the key fairy opens things. But I actually don't know where I would want to go. Like, I can just randomly walk around. Maybe the key fairy goes somewhere eventually and just opens something for me. The thing is, I also don't exactly know how the key fairy works. Like, if I'm in the correct screen, would the key fairy... Also, there's more of those. Maybe this is a better farming spot. If I were to go for that. Maybe the key fairy would be... I would need to guide it specifically to a place. I don't actually know that. I believe I can't read the tablets. Also, one thing I've been thinking of is... tablets. I will probably want to go, just kind of more or less go back through the entire game. Right, I do have double jump now, I kind of forgot about that. I may want to go just back through the entire game, trying to find... ouch. Places where to go, for that matter. And just read about, new things. Also, this is kind of a weird one, because this kind of hurts me right there. And there's those weird thingies just floating around. I managed to kill one of them earlier. But they don't seem to come back anytime soon. Let's just continue with the key fairy here. Maybe we'll find something. Probably not. Go further down here. I remember this leading to the infernal area. Where there, by the way, is another boss that I do remember being there. Right, we can still not read this. Oh well. Might as well continue here. Just randomly hoping to find something for the key fairy. Oh, this is the... It's the boss lair. Well, I'm not going to be able to beat him. Well, let's just try anyways. Didn't I have a death counter at some point? I will... Ooh. Aye. Can I sit on you? Does that hurt me? Oh! Yes, it does hurt me. That's good to know. The little demons are opening up the... holy cow. Aye. I didn't let me to use the gun. Whoa. Ow. Okay, we need the death counter again, I guess. I didn't think about this until literally just now, but death counter +1. I don't know how many deaths we have so far, though. Would someone mind going back into my most recent VOD and check the death counter? That would be really nice of you. So, either way, let's go back to the thing and hope for another fairy. A different one this time, I guess. The key fairy didn't help. And we see you, Staffron. Welcome. How are you doing? And greetings to you, Jocko. Welcome to you as well. I'm just curious. I cannot hit this through the wall, can I? No, that's too far. I do believe someone mentioned earlier that the fairy respawn takes like 5 minutes. Oh. Maybe the key fairy takes that long anyways and it starts immediately. I do believe this is the wrong one. Let's see. This looks good. Yes, I think this is the one that multiplied my coins. So I guess I'm just going into the extinction chamber. Oh boy. That screaming was just like scary. Let's see. Oh wow, those enemies at least give good money, so if nothing else, that will be... Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. The idea actually works, so... It's definitely some form of a multiplier. I just remember opening up some walls and that gave me a ton of money when I first went through here in the dark. I wasn't sure, ouch, whether that was a one-time event, but I guess it wasn't. But maybe, considering that I said it gave me a ton of money, that might have been a one-time event, and those are just some blocky-looking enemies that eventually just give money. So I do know that the fairy also multiplies other drops I can get. I did not mean to flip into the wall, thank you very much. I do know that the fairy also multiplies other types of drops. Ouch. Sometimes I just end up clipping into the wall, which is pretty annoying because it also knocks me back. 135 plus 1 deaths now. Alrighty, thank you. I'll update that in a second. I did not expect that to work this well. Wow. I don't mind. I'm really surprised. So the thing is, I know certain enemies... Oh, rip. Certain enemies just straight up drop the items sometimes, and sometimes they drop money. So I feel like that multiplication fairy multiplies whatever they drop, since the rocks can only drop that thing. Or maybe it's not a multiplication, maybe it's a maximization. Like, an enemy can drop a maximum of X amount of money, and it just kind of maximizes how much it actually gives you. So that seems like a possibility too. What amount do you need? Actually only 400, but I might actually be able to do that again and just go for one more of those magazines. So if I ever have money trouble, this is quite something. So, death counter... Oh, it actually... Huh. It was still written there. I should have thought about that too. But thank you very much, Quadlight, for looking that up. Appreciate that. Looks like 174. Thank you as well, Kairulol. Appreciate that you looking that up. Free money indeed. So yeah, I don't know how the multiplication fairy works, but my first impression is it works way too well for this kind of scenario. The thing is, I was literally just thinking, huh, those enemies that I killed along the way really dropped a lot of money too. Worst case scenario, I can just farm those. It was not necessary. So I can actually buy here. Ammunition. Alright, it is not sold out, which is kind of something I was wondering too, whether it could sell out as well. 1-3. Huh. So we have 1 magazine and 3 shots, which I think amounts to 9 shots. I would say let's just go and do this again. I feel like, considering I am not a particularly well-practiced person in playing this game, activating hard mode was a mistake, so I'm just going to go the easy route, well, the probably easy route, and make liberal use of the pistol. So whatever works, we'll take advantage of it. I just need to wait a little bit for the fairy here still. I'm going to do MS Pi. Welcome. I'm farming basically for those gunshots. I don't know how much damage the gun does, but it's a lot more than anything else that I have. And it's ranged and it's really quick, so I should be able to use that pretty well against the boss. Probably. Interesting enough, the other boss that we just saw, the gigantic eye at the bottom, probably was not really susceptible to this kind of thing, because I don't think I could shoot that down. I can only shoot horizontally. Alrighty, those enemies here respawn too. Actually convenient that we got those fairies. And Rofel66 just subscribed to Twitch Prime, thank you! Thank you very much, I really appreciate that. Welcome to you, and well, I hope you enjoy your stay, thank you. Saving the game, main menu, loading resets the ferrets too. Alright, that's fair. That's actually a nice little trick, that makes sense. So basically, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, those kinds of quality of life hints, where it's just, I'm waiting here for the ferret to spawn eventually anyways, those quality of life hints are fine to point out, where it's literally just, oh, well, it's a quality of life choice. However, something, let's say, where there would be an even better farming spot for that matter, that's the wrong one, would be preferably not be pointed out, because it's just kind of part of the game at that point that I would be farming suboptimally, and that's okay. Because the way I would eventually do this would just kind of result in me not doing this particularly well, but that's okay because that would also make me use other strategies and tactics for that matter. So it's just kind of, once again, as a general guideline, but I appreciate that, thank you. I'm still curious how I'm going to figure out where to put the ferry. Also, my only current hint as to where to go next is really just defeating the bosses. Either defeat the boss in the lava area, or defeat the boss in the Twin Tower. Which one is which? I don't know. I don't know whether they even open up anything new, but the thing is, even if they do open up something new, either one of those has to either lead to another one of those crystals that allows me to initiate a boss fight. Either one or both of them anyways. Or, more likely, is that I kind of missed one of those crystals somewhere else instead. Oh, this is an interesting case where I was able to clip into those blocks. I know you can pretty much clip through areas and go out of bounds, more or less at your leisure. Not exactly, but it's relatively quickly done in the speedrun anyways, I know that much. I've watched about like 10-15 minutes of the speedrun, and then I stopped watching because I didn't want to accidentally get a spoiler of an area that we haven't really found everything in yet, for that matter. That is huge money? It is. It's kind of crazy. I wonder if there's a cap at 1,000 or so. 999. Yep, there seems to be a cap. Unless the ferry literally just wore off. But hey, we can now buy more ammunition. So, that might actually just be my strategy for dealing with bosses. I will definitely try not to... Oh, sold out. Ew, maybe there's a limit. I'll definitely try not to use that as much. But I will definitely also take advantage of it because the boss seems kind of ridiculous to deal with right now, with me being less experienced than useful. Sneaking skill plus 500. Nice. So, alrighty. I think off we go now, trying to get to... the boss thing again. Let's see. Right, what was up here again? A thing. Right, you don't do anything anymore because I have another thing. What was this? Isis, the mother of Horus, a flood of motherly love shall grant thee healing powers. Healing? Do I have the healing powers? I do remember picking up stuff, but a lot of the things I don't remember what exactly they do anymore. Feather, gauntlet, scale sphere, for the water, Pieces pendant. Healing power. I think this one prevented me from getting my life drain from those guys. Not entirely sure. Oh well. Right, you can't go through those. Here. By the way, is this Isis? I believe Isis is sometimes depicted with having a snake tail, kind of like Naga. But at the same time, there seems to be different mythologies at work. Because on the right we had Egypt, so this might not be applying here much. This will probably take me 1 or 2 deaths until I'm back on track with how the boss worked. I just kind of remember where the boss is though, so that's a plus. I like how basically those enemies give away that there's stuff hidden inside the ceiling and stuff. Kind of interesting. Alrighty. Wait, I can jump. I don't have to crawl up the ladder. Okay, let me actually try to think about this boss real quick. The only thing I remember is that it consists of 2 phases, of which I needed to do various things in. Let's see. Also, the music is pretty good. Let's see, what was the first order of operation it did? Lightning. Then this, and then after this I think I could attack. And I need to wait until lightning strikes, but not there. Right, then I would need to back off again after the fire. Lightning again, and we are already back at doing the thing. Also, I remember I wanted to stay on the left side initially. Lightning again. Can I walk through the bottom actually? No, I cannot. Alrighty, plus 1 death. I actually might just keep that open. So, I remember wanting to stay on the left side, trying to take care of one of the witches, I think on the top left. Trying to immediately take her out, because that appeared to be the best solution that I could work with. Guy, girl, I mean, it's technically speaking, I think, a god, for that matter. So whether it's male or female, in many mythologies or something like that, it's kind of... It doesn't really matter whether one gender or another is applied, so you can say either. Even though that Baphomet, I think, has clearly female features that we recognize as female anyways. It might just kind of be how the thing ends up playing us, so to speak. Because I do believe, at least according to some mythology, succubus, for example, of course, have clearly female features in order to prey on males, or male humans for that matter, trying to suck out the life energy. But they don't technically have a gender themselves, they just use the features in order to seduce. So that makes the most sense. Alrighty, let's see whether I can do the dance properly this time. Maybe. I just realized those little witches were doing this, making the pentagram. So what do you start with? this, then I can hit you twice or so. And we wait here. Then I think I have to back off after this. Alright, I have to back off after the lightning. Then we are back here, where the lightning strikes around here. And I can do a few hits. And I have to back off after this right away. Then I can stay here until the lightning strikes. Oh! Don't scare me like that, holy cow! Oh, the thingy appeared on the other side. Let's try to just take it out. Oh, that actually worked. Alrighty. Swallow my pride. Oh, do I need to dodge that? Go away. Alright. Black Mist. You have obliterated Baphomet, but the adventure continues. Alrighty. Basically, what I ended up figuring out is just I need to swallow my pride and just go for using the pistol, farming a bit of money potentially, even if it takes a while, and actually that was incredibly fast to farm for the money. Just in order to actually progress sometime. The thing is, I actually kind of like those types of boss fights, usually. This one here felt a bit too involved for the time being, but I feel like you can probably get really good at this. And the main deal breaker for me at this point was, I do remembering that, or just kind of thinking that, the main deal breaker was how long it took to retry the boss. If it was, let's say, a lot quicker, I would have probably just straight up gone back. Good job at not dying the fire at the end, so you could die to that. Oh boy. So I was lucky. I have 2 shots left. I do believe I have actually, yeah, 2 + 6, 8 shots left. So that was quite a lot of shots used. The question now actually would be what happened for one, and whether I can actually go and buy more ammunition. So yeah, I have no idea whether there's anything that happened now in this area. Like there was a eye thingy just disappearing up above, but I don't know whether there's even any place I can go above myself. So I'm mildly curious about that. Nothing in here. By the way, this block kind of looks slightly suspicious. Money, alright. That's nice. Basically, coming back here with a fresh mind seems to work. So this was a buff here. I don't know whether there's going to be anything useful with what just happened. There's a god that controls death, there's a god that absorbs life. The words that seal these powers were entrusted to an innocent girl. So here's another thing I wanted to do. MS Paint. I actually wanted to just kind of save all of those screenshots here. In a folder. Because I will probably want to look up and look through all the tablets one way or another, so let me actually make a new folder in my thing, because I feel like there's a lot of hints that I'm just kind of missing or forgetting about. Because, well, especially now that it's been about 3 weeks since I played last time, I will have to just revisit everything, so I might as well just start actually archiving those things. So here we have Twin Labyrinths. Life, death, innocent girl. Okay, I'm just going to make an archive of those thingies, I think, at this point. Because I don't know whether this is a hint or whether this is just story or history. No clue. Warmanax, thank you for the host. Appreciate this. Did I lose my halberd? You mean the axe? I didn't have any other weapons than the axe here. You can switch freely weapons the way you want to. The axe is nice. Greens to you, Nooster, welcome to you as well. And also greens to you, High Spirits, and everybody else. Music of the entire game is great. It's really good, I do agree. So, the only thing I see is this block here above that looks a bit different, but does not appear to be anything new. Alrighty. Maybe I just start exploring or re-exploring all the tablets that were around here. So there definitely appears to be something over here. But I also don't appear to be able to do anything with this. Don't appear to be being able to do anything with this. So I know this is the weird puzzle where I definitely have to somehow approach this from the top left. Something like that. It could just be a wraparound too, for that matter. This is actually one to the right and below from the boss arena. I don't think I've been just one above here anytime. So the thing is, those blocks here need to be sitting on those things here, but I don't appear to be able to solve that puzzle until I somehow can get into the top left. You cannot pull blocks, you can only push them. Those that created this contraption are fools. They mistakenly created a puzzle that could not be solved, but after all this time it has been rewritten. Those who fail to solve this puzzle shall be punished. And I do believe this is literally just referring to if I try to jump up to the right, it will be just hitting me. So I'm actually not going to archive this tablet specifically, because I already know what it refers to. And there's not much I can do about it anyways. At least I don't think. Which bosses have I killed now? Let's see. We killed the one just now in the Twin Labyrinth, which is actually the first one of the backside that I have defeated. We killed the one in the Mausoleum of Giants. We killed the one in the Temple of the Sun. We killed the one in the Spring in the Sky. And I think that's it. Was there one in the Guide of Guidance? Maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, the Twin Snake. Yeah, I killed that too. Or was that the Egypt one? Maybe. Uh-oh. Yeah, thank you for trapping me here, because I fell down. Kind of rude. So, is there any tablets here to read? There is. Can I... Cannot hit this. Cannot hit this. The one weird thing about the Twin Labyrinth is really that I still have not discovered the map. Usually the map is one of the first things, but I feel like this is probably the area where if you have the map, it will kind of reveal too much. By the way, I just noticed this statue here has one of those symbols on it. Not this. This one? No, it's not. Wait. I do remember I have a folder with the symbols for the specific areas. Unfortunately, I don't know where I put those things. I did have a picture. The question is where I put those pictures. I did make a side-by-side comparison, or more specifically, a specific thing for all the areas and their symbols as well, which did not end up being useful, but maybe it could be useful here. Who knows? Is that pepper? Oh yeah, that's actually pepper. We use pepper in order to make a statue sneeze and spit out the treasure it had inside it in the nose. And it was full of snot afterwards. I don't know how a statue has full of snot in its nose, but oh well. So either way, I think this is from the Twin Labyrinths thing. I think the head I can hit. Yeah, it appears to be the head. You know what? Maybe one of the... That would be weird. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. One of the sub-weapons might work or something like that. Oh, the ceiling? Is it the ceiling? I don't think it's the ceiling. No, it's not the ceiling. But either way, the sub-weapons disappear into it. I don't have any of those. That seems to just pass through. What? Why? Okay, it's gone now, so I guess I solved it. This is kind of weird, because I could have bet it went straight through the thing, but I guess I specifically needed to hit the eye. Was it the elbow? Oh, that's possible that it was the elbow, or the eye for that matter. Success? Question mark? Something happened. I don't know what. I'm just re-exploring this Twin Labyrinth anyway, so maybe we'll find something. The main reason why I even bothered to do something with the statue is because it had that symbol on it. The same symbol that we see in the bottom right here, actually. Now there's something interesting. Which area was this? Let's actually see real quick. What was this area? This was the Temple of Moonlight. Which I believe is the idea of death in this game. Not entirely sure about that. So if basically those two represent life and death, because these are the twins, so maybe one is life, one is death, and that's kind of what the tablet earlier referred to. Who knows? Was that open before? Or that kind of looks weird. I guess it's not open actually. What was over here again? Have I been here before? Probably. The Big Brother shop is more exclusive clientele. The Little Brother shop is for regulars. Right, I found those, so I don't need to record that message. Weird. Maybe the... You know the rock or the thing that I couldn't do anything with earlier? Maybe that's what I need to do, just use one of the sub-weapons too. So I believe the... This was the Little Brother? Where he had some of the fake thingies? Or was it the real one? Either way, we already bought the thing. I don't remember what the thing did. The power to stop time. For thine eyes will all time flow. For thine eyes only will time flow. Even things too quick to be seen will become visible. Too quick to be seen? mean, the thing is, I can see those thingies here, so... But I don't know what they are, so maybe I can identify them or look at them when I stop time. On the other hand, it's not really terribly interesting to note... Oh, right. Something actually... Those things don't hurt me anymore, I remember now. It's not terribly interesting to note that... Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. I don't want to clip through the floor by accident. Let me try to finish my thought. It's not terribly interesting to note that I will get a time stop ability, so I'm just going to skip on that thing. I know I will get a time stop ability or something of that kind sometime. When? How? No clue. Either way, I need to make my way back to the left here, I think. There was no tablet here. I almost got squished. The reason why I want to make... Oh! Well, I guess I can always teleport back to the right. I was just thinking, oh, I probably want to make my way back to the right up top, because I've not been up the top anymore again, so I do want to rediscover that. But here's a tablet, let's just look at it. 5 witches plus 1 more will gather, at which point Baphomet will be summoned. Okay, we figured that one out. No! I don't want to go down. Thank you very much. But we know about Baphomet, we already defeated Baphomet, that ended up being the boss of the area. Let's see what this tablet is all about. Reveal the light to the grieving twins. Reveal the light to a world destroyed. The hero confers light upon the twins as they hold up the world. You know, I just accidentally lit up one of the eyes of one of the statues. Wait. This might be referring to that in this case. I'm going to save this one anyways for now. Oh shoot. I need to actually save under. Twin laps. Grieving twins. Light. This might actually just be what I needed to do. That's really cryptic though. If that's exactly what I needed to do. Maybe it refers to something else though, because I don't know whether those things were grieving, or the statue for that matter. Let's see. There's a broken tablet down here. Try to figure out whether this is anything interesting. Nope, there's nothing on there. Could those statues be a twin? Probably. So this would be the other one. As they hold up the world, I mean, he's kind of holding up his hand. Something happened? Question mark. Either way, these are the twins. By the way, the twin labyrinth, I believe, exists both on the front and the back side. So if I were to guess, basically the middle line through the entire area kind of refers to basically switching from front to back side. That's what would be my guess, because those symbols here, at which you enter the areas, is always kind of mirrored from front to back side. The Temple of Moonlight is apparently on the right side here, and on the left side would be the front side, whichever that place was with that symbol, I don't remember. He's grabbing a pillar. It's a bit of a stretch. I think he's standing in front of the pillar. Also, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is a blind playthrough. But anyone who has not played through this game, or does not know the solutions for that matter, feel free to puzzle and guess along, trying to figure out things. But anyone who actually does know the game, I would kindly ask you to just kind of hold back with anything that you could say about the game, and only specifically ask questions if any were asked. I do tend to ask for hints once in a while, just because I don't like running in circles for more than half an hour. But I will specifically ask then, just kind of mentioning that. So, did I go to the right here already? Right, we are back here. Okay, that's actually where I wanted to go. So maybe a different sub-weapon will help. I don't have this. No. I don't think I can use this. Nope. Nope. I don't want to actually use a gunshot. Alrighty, at least I tried the sub-weapons too now. It's kind of curious that I coincidentally ended up using the sub-weapons on the twin thing. But the thing is, I also remembered that I needed to use specifically a shuriken onto one of the things in an earlier area in the Moonlight Temple. By the way, this is not an entrance, I cannot go in there. The symbol that statue's black looks like the 3 tablets in my inventory. Right, I was thinking about that too. Kind of the life seal here, in this case specifically, which actually makes sense in terms of the tablet I just found earlier. Like here, this is the life symbol, and the other one, the opposing one, in, well, consequence has to be death. So we actually now have pretty much confirmation, thank you for pointing that out by the way. This is indeed life here. And we have now confirmation that death is on the other side. And reveal the light to a world destroyed. The hero confers light upon the twins as they hold up the world. So something happened, I don't know what, but maybe reveal the light to a world destroyed is kind of the consequence of lighting up the twins here. Which the only thing that I could think of would be that the Chamber of Extinction is now lit up, but I don't think that was terribly helpful, although kind of convenient. Because I do remember at some point some other tablet mentioning that this might be a thing. The other tablet says... No, not this one. The other tablet said there is a god that controls death, there is a god that absorbs life. So this one is life, for that matter. The words that seal these powers were entrusted to an innocent girl. I don't know what that means though, so... just kind of thinking about that again. Sometimes you can accidentally solve something through an accident, I guess so. What if we wildly throw suggestions, because we've never seen this game at all? I mean, if you have some logic behind it as to why I should try something one way or another, I'm happy to hear it. But if you just kind of say, hey, throw a shuriken at this thing because you think that's fun, well, I would like for you to have some logic behind making suggestions like that. Let's put it that way. So either way, I wanted to... Okay, we are back here. What's here? Demon Lord of Hell, Beelzebub, he who guards the 8 souls in the front of the Mother. 8 souls in front of the Mother. Just curious, how many areas are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess? Would be a bit of a stretch calling the surface one of the areas as well. I'm going to make a screenshot of that. So then we have Twin Labs, Beelzebub, 8 souls. Or maybe Grieving Mother might also be worth out it, why not? Okay. Grieving Mother, maybe that's something useful. Okay. One of those fairies would heal me, which would be somewhat convenient right now. This is the healing fairy, that's good. I learned to distinguish between them. So I don't actually have any means of... I kind of hope that I would be able to go through the left side here, but that's not a thing yet. I kind of hope that I would be able to... be able to go one of those directions. Nothing here, looks like. Let's actually go back to the right side and all the way up. Because I kind of missed doing that. I did check the other things. It's kind of interesting. Still, my first thought is that even if they literally lit up the thing that I think in the Chamber of Extinction, although my memory is hazy on why that would be exactly the case, one of the tablet mentioned it. I'm kind of curious whether that would do anything for me at all, aside from being convenient. So I don't seem to be able to get up here. This is kind of the highest level I've been able to reach without actually being able to go anywhere for that matter. On the left side here we have, once again, those other places where we defeated the witches. Which that was really cryptic. I needed to leave the Black Witch alive. I don't think I came up with that myself. Someone mentioned that I should try that and it actually worked, which I was very surprised by. Zoo has the face of the White King of all beasts. He imprisons the Ankh. Periton brings with him the blue shadows. He shall be opened in the place of meditation. Right, we did this already. These were the mini-bosses that we defeated here. So I think that's the entirety of the Twin Labyrinth revisited. Nothing, well, aside from the twin thing, that didn't seem to do anything inside here. Has been done. Is there a mother-daughter statue? Not too well, there is kind of a mother in the Inferno Cavern. Actually, mother. I do remember specifically in the Moonlight Temple, where there would be something with the mother. I actually already know how to solve that one specifically, because I just happened to remember that from watching a run ages ago. A speedrun, that is. Because it was just kind of so iconic and strange to me, I still remembered it, with the sleeping inside a specific place. But I can't go there yet. That last screen had the twins on it. Both of them? Did I miss that? Probably missed it. I was already thinking about other stuff. Brood. I wonder whether I would be able to bash through the sides of these areas now, like on the right side there. Hang on, let me actually try that real quick. Because sometimes things happen where I can suddenly do... Nope! Stuff like that. Well, that's good to know. So this is this is Poseidon, I guess. One of the gods. Presumably something that the mother created. The narrow tunnel. Are those here? Yeah, the thing is, we found this little hidden compartment here, and also something on the opposing side. Yeah, those are the twins indeed. This is kind of the lead up to the chamber. Aside from this little secret here, I didn't really put any significance on these. Maybe I'm wrong on that. By the way, the dagger hits stuff below me, so that's why I tend to use the dagger sometimes. So does the axe for that matter. So yeah, those here do a thing, probably. Either way, there is that statue with probably Isis. Hang on, let me actually text real quick. I'm now curious. Probably not, but... Nope, it's not lit up. That was just kind of the only thing that I could think about. Also, we do have the extended map now with these areas here too. Don't know whether that's useful. Either way, should I just go walk through all the areas, trying to figure out whether there might be some hints that I now know better? On the tablets anyways. Maybe that's kind of my best shot right now. Isis is the mother of horse, but is she the mother? Actually, I don't think so. I think basically mother is a more general entity that created the, let's say, upper gods of the various religions in this, if I'm not mistaken. That's actually, well, at least my assumption. As Isis is just one of the religions, or, well, mythologies as you could say, which is Egypt. But I think the mother created the... basically 7 mythologies or golems or something like that, that were just the overarching entities, and those created more creatures and underlings themselves. At least that's kind of what I remember. The ruins are the origins of all the religions in the world, so Isis has to be created afterwards. Right. Either way, by the way, make sure that you don't accidentally spoil things that we may not know. Like, you're answering a question that, in this case, is fine, I think. But it's really easy to accidentally slip in information that we don't technically have yet. Just kind of be wary of that, please. So, what else? I wanted to find various tablets. Also, we can look at those things in the background. I guess not in this one. Sometimes anyways. By the way, this is where we got the snot. Yeah, sure. What else here? This is where the mother lays to rest. In this path of trials, only heroes who do not fear death are permitted to proceed. Right, I don't order that much importance, actually, I guess. This is where the mother lays to rest is... could be important, because this is kind of the gate of guidance, the entrance way. So it could refer to the entirety of the ruins, or alternatively, it could just specifically refer to this area here, where the mother lays to rest. Maybe I should just make a screenshot of this anyways. So let me do this real quick. Alrighty. GOG, Gate of Guidance. Mother lays to rest. Okay. Made a save thing here, and this is basically going back outside here. Which religions did we have? Egypt, Greek, Roman are distinguished. This area looks Mayan. Yes, this area looks Mayan. Basically Gate of Guidance is kind of Maya, Mausoleum of Giants, I'm not entirely sure. This might actually be Mayan for that matter. Because they also have aerial or celestial properties and stuff like that. I don't know whether those two might be connected. Like, this could be Aztecs, the Gate of Guidance. This could be Mayan. This is Egypt. What do you call Egypt? I don't know. This is kind of Greek, probably? Actually, I don't know that. Because we have Greek in the Twin Labyrinths with probably Poseidon? I don't know. This one here is probably Christianity with hell and stuff like that. Although I don't remember anything about that gigantic eye in the middle of the earth or something like that. Chamber of Extinction. I don't know this one. This is connected to the Egypt area. An endless corridor? No clue about this either. By the way, I just remembered. I did try to count to 8, didn't I, earlier? Because the 8 souls. I don't think the surface is the 8th one. The 8th one is actually probably the Twin Labyrinth, because they are both in the front and also the back of the areas. So this kind of would make sense. So, either way, anything interesting on this map here? Not really. Let's see, anything interesting on this map here? Not really. So, I'm just now going to go ahead and move through those areas. By the way, I kind of put on my headphones because it's really warm in here. And I can't find the little connector thing for my AC, so I will need to ask where that might be. So, map is here. Oh, right, map names might be important too, I remember again. I was about to ask whether those skeletons up here were there before already, but I think they were. We needed to light up those torches up above, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly though. Let's see, offer 3 lights to the heavens. Okay, we solved that. The 3 lights were basically with the flare that we used. Then we have Courageous One, embrace the power. If thou seekest power, prove thine courage. Prove thine courage. There were spikes down here that you just could jump in and they didn't actually hurt you, so I think that refers to that. Thou traipses on holy ground. Take care not to cause any needless damage. Those who do not heed this warning will be dealt punishment from the heavens. Refers to this thing if you hit the... Thing is that it doesn't want you to hit, you get bolted, which is percentage-based damage, I think. Top right is the water area, so this symbol is for the water area specifically. How do I get down? Right, this is where you go up from below. Kinda would like to read that tablet again. So this would be from here, I remember. Agrees to you. King Game TV? I think that sounds about right. I'm glad you like that. Duke Troop is definitely kind of fascinating to do with 2 controllers. I will soon-ish get back into Sigurd of Mana with 2 controllers. Not entirely sure how soon. I'm kind of really thinking about playing this game until completion first of all. Those who challenge the Guardian know thy strength. Death awaits the powerless. The future awaits those who train themselves and take on the challenge. Basically tells me that the Guardians are dangerous. And I've already killed some of the Guardians, so you're probably on a good pace. The pedestal is a trap and drops down the chin of this guy and gets you a lot of damage. 1 to the left and 1 up should be leading me to the other thing. By the way, there's an invisible bridge here. Right, I can't go through there. By the way, Olmec heads, are those Mayan? I mean, you could call them Olmec heads. Okay, there's a ceiling there. I could not actually double jump through it. I do think we solved the thing on the left here at some point. Did we? Yeah, I think there was a pressure plate. Yeah, there it is. Chi Yu, the demon who attained the power of eternity by absorbing the life force of innocent maidens. One to those that fall into the sacrificial abyss. I think... No, we didn't defeat him yet. But I think this refers to probably the boss on the other side of the Gate of Guidance, which is the Gate of Illusion. Which is Eden. Kinda, not really. But I assume this is the boss in this area. I had a mini-boss there where the maidens were dropping down, the ghostly maidens, and powering up the other dude. And I needed to stop that from happening before I could kill him reasonably. I don't know whether you could actually kill him before that already. Either way, there was a pressure plate up here that removed the spikes and opened up the treasure. Whatever that did for us. I think that was the extended or the more advanced map. Innocent Girl was mentioned on Twin Tablet. Yes. The thing is, Innocent Maidens and Innocent Girl I consider to be separate entities. Because we know about the maidens that dropped and were sacrificed in the Gate of Illusion already. Which Innocent Girl seems to be one specific entity, the maidens are just a number. I don't know whether that's true or not. That was the advanced map? Alrighty. By the way, those kinds of things are fair to mention. Let me actually see real quick. So this is the other side. Gate of Illusion. This is kind of where we would appear to be in the end. I'm almost tempted to jump down those spikes and read the tablet at the bottom left, but I will get through the Gate of Illusion eventually. So back here. Let's try to go to the other side here. I think it's easier if I try to go with the thing here. It's another tablet I could real quick read. Those who push the white box. The white platform and white box are drawn to each other. Right, basically this just tells me that, hey, there's switches that you need to activate both boxes. That's it. This one says, there are 8 Ankhs. So actually, this probably refers to the 8 souls that we heard about just earlier. 8 Ankhs that protect the great spirits. Seek the red light, the Ankh jewel. The guardians that slumber within the Ankh will test thy strength. So this one is actually a depiction of the twin snake of this area here, if I'm not mistaken. Where we needed to activate it with the Ankh. So we already know that one. I'm not going to screenshot that for now. I wanted to check this one. Fear not the water. The water holds the answers for those who have been delivered by it. Cross the sacred lake. This actually is an interesting depiction. I do think I know where this area here is specifically. Cross the sacred lake. Not entirely sure. I'm going to make a screenshot of this. Gate of Guidance. Not water. Sacred Lake. So, I'm actually going to just teleport into the water area because I'm curious about this. I think I know where that is specifically, and that is just above here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, this looks exactly like it. With that depiction. The thing is, I don't see anything on the depiction that I would not already see on the screen. Here's the ladder, there's the two platforms, there's the little waterfall, and the top left has a little platform, the top right has kind of a different looking platform actually. So here in the depiction, this is a straight line to the right, but that might just kind of be a minor thing that doesn't mean anything. Oh well. What's this one? Heal the entire party. Right, there are actually 4 fairies. I forgot about the fighting fairy. But either way, we know what the fairies mean now. Speaking of fairy, let's see whether I can get a healing fairy. Okay, that's a healing fairy. Back to the Gate of Guidance, I guess. This game beat you up a lot and hurt your feelings. Aw. It's not nice sometimes. That seems accurate to me. The path of gazing faces lies within the heavenly corridor. The hidden floor. I found it, but I got overly excited and it fell. I think I solved this one. See what was down here. This gate closed from when I went from from left to right, if I'm not mistaken, basically trapping me. The skeleton here respawns because it's hard mode, but originally did not respawn. The room of the strong, right? Let's see what was on the right side here. I believe this tablet just tells me about there being a thing at the bottom, to the right. Pour thy memories into the Holy Grail, leave thy mark on this land, then raise the Holy Grail up unrecalled lands once traveled. In doing so, thou will once again stand upon that land. Basically just tells me how to use the Holy Grail. Alrighty, I got it. Gotcha. What was down here? I think I know. Thank you, fairy. We are having a baby, Yaga. The Morg, thank you so much for 9 drops in a row. We named her in Secret of Mana. In honor of Secret of Mana. That is. The Morg, thank you so much for 9 drops in a row support. Welcome back. Well, glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much, that's really nice of you. Only 4 hits. 3 hits. Let's actually see real quick. Okay, that skeleton doesn't seem to say anything. Wouldn't go be more appropriate? Maybe. I think is quite fine too. Oh, right. The falling floor there. Stronger bat right there. Not strong enough for the axe. Rip. You're already all bones indeed. A deity in Babylonian mythology, half man, half fish, who taught the Sumerians wisdom. Oneness. That guy in the background, I think. There's a tablet on the right. Get to it. A watchtower soars above the Temple of the Sun. Traps to capture thieves have been newly set. In the newly constructed World 2, the key has been hidden. The watchtower soars above the Temple of the Sun. I think I know which one that was. That was in the Egypt area where I needed to destroy block that look different than the other ones, hence newly constructed. I think we solved this one. Down there, I'm pretty sure that's the Egypt area. I'm going to see you Jandlo bars. Welcome. Well, I hope you like the Stardew Bot. I was just in the process of uploading the remainder to YouTube, where at some point it just stopped uploading, which was kind of strange. I didn't realize that until too late, and well, I can't upload and stream at the same time. I don't have enough bandwidth. You love the exploding pigs? They're kind of strange. Okay, the only way out of here is to get up. Right. Also wanted to read the thing here. It shall connect once held in the mouth. When one swallows, the other spits out. So this one means I hit this thing, this guy here spit out the elevator that eventually helped me get up and down from here. What was in this door? 8 spirits dwell within this land, so 8 again, those are the 8 souls. The spirits are guardians, protector of these grounds. The spirits slumber within unks that will shatter under the bright red light. The spirits will awaken at the time. The unk of these lands lies beyond the path of the gazing faces. The gazing... And the jewel is at the foot of the Cliff of Radiance. So... I think... Wait, did we get the unk of this area? Does anyone remember whether we got the unk of this area? I think the unk refers to the item that we need to get, and the jewel is where we need to use it, or is it the other way around? Does anyone know that one? How many gardens have we beaten? 5 or 6? We've beaten the twin snakes, the guy in the minecart, the fish, Baphomet. And I think something more. I don't remember. So I think it's 5? I'm not sure. The unk of these lands lies beyond the path of the gazing faces. Cliff of Radiance. The jewel's at the foot of the Cliff of Radiance. Let's actually try to find the Cliff of Radiance. I'm actually making a screenshot of this one here. So the Cliff of Radiance is what I'm looking for. Thank you. Pit of the Holy Grail. And those are the gazing faces is what I need to look out for now. I don't know, remember whether I found the Ankh in this area here. I assume there is one. Well, I know there is one now. It seems there are shops in these ruins. Yeah, there are. This one... Right, we already read that one just now. Okay. Maybe this skeleton has something interesting to say. Nope, it doesn't have to think anything to say. This was the... shop here. The guild runs hidden... Yes. Put my... Does anyone know what that means? I'm actually making a screenshot of this one too. So... GOG, scrambled message. Guild. Money and barter. Put something aside in favor of money and barter. So basically that mostly refers to a shop, I imagine. Oh, the guild specifically refers to the people that sell stuff, I believe. That was in here. Put power aside? I guess that kind of works. The hidden shop. Right, we do actually know that the guild runs the hidden shop, so that makes the most sense. Put... probably power. Could be power. Alright, actually, in this case we most likely know already. Because there's just hidden shops everywhere in these areas. That's kind of as much as we know. I figured out where the Cliff of Radiance is, but there's some sort of door here blocking my way. Pulling doesn't open it. Actually, there isn't even a doorknob to pull. I wonder if I was supposed to push. Guess I'll never know. Monument of Time. We figured out where the Cliff of Radiance is. Where was the Cliff of Radiance? The thing is, this is something I might have already solved and I just don't remember, so that would be awkward. But at the same time, kind of rediscovering things is a fine thing to do as well. What's that one? Nothing. In that door is just a shop, nothing too fancy. Did I already read this? No. The sad tale of the giants. The tragic history of the giants is written here. You say here? Kind of strange. Mural depiction of a face, similar to the colossal Olmec head at the La Venta ruins in Mexico. Mexico is... that's not Mayan, is it? No. Alrighty, we are back here. Monument of Oannes. Oannes is the wisdom god. Ouch. Cliff of Radiance. Oh, so this must be where the Ankh was, so we did get it. Don't remember how we got it, but we did get it. So that means beyond the path of the gazing faces needs to be somewhere along the way too. Probably. I don't remember what the gazing faces refers to though. I know we can walk through here. Right, that was the Holy Grail. Escape road. These ruins seem to be... right, basically we needed to go through here in order to push that block onto the white switch over there. Otherwise we could not get behind the block. So now we are in a different place. This is also where I realized that the ruins basically perfectly wrap into themselves. Mexico is home of some of the best Mayan ruins. Interesting. Okay. I was not aware that it was in Mexico. I mostly thought of Maya when I think of Chile and those areas, but I guess it's pretty close, so it makes sense. Aztecs, right. Aztecs and Maya seem to be very... it looks very similar. I don't know how similar it is though. Chile's Inca? Oh! Right. I remember that name too. Makes sense. That moment when you really want coffee, it's standing in front of you and just too hot to drink. Yep, I know that one too. So either way, we found the Ankh in this area, so I don't need to worry about that one anymore. And I think we checked out pretty much everything in here. So, let's go back to the Mausoleum of Giants. Actually, let's wrap out the area from above, which I could have just teleported, or not teleported, would have been faster in that case. but at the same time it doesn't take too long to get there. So now we are in the Mausoleum of the Giants. Nothing written here. So we are in the top left-ish. So this one is actually kind of strange, because it doesn't wrap perfectly into itself. This here actually kind of suggests... this area anyways. Look, this is where... it kind of is over here in a sense, because this form here fits perfectly over here. Which kind of means, in consequence, if this thing is here... let's see, 2 to the left would be... this is the blue door here. 1 to the left, this is kind of where the grail, or the saving tablet would be. The strange thing is that this here does not fit into itself perfectly in comparison. So either this wraps differently, or there's a room that we can't see right now that we should have access to, or may have access to at some point, that is kind of hidden right now. Like something just to the right of here would make the most sense. Just to the right of this area. Just thinking out loud. This is a skeleton that we may want to ask of things. So these are the ruins of these beings known as giants. I'm just this close to deciphering the legends of the giants, but you died. Rip. So... we were unable to fulfill the Great Mother's wishes. Now I too, the last remaining of us, am due for a long slumber. Abuto. Interesting. Abuto was the last one to, well, die. Of the giants. And the interesting thing is, we kind of know that the giants are basically machines. Like, they are robots. Created by the mother. And I think it's actually the mother, rather than just a mother like Isis. I think. So to the right here... this was where we activated hard mode by more or less accident, I guess. What was in this room? Nebraskitis? Right, we know the Nebraskitis. Basically it activated various quote-unquote times of the day for the giants, and that solved some puzzles, in short. So this is Mongrel who disobeyed the warning, tased by the death. Essentially telling me that I just activated hard mode. But then I saved. You thought the giants were the second children, the robots were the fourth? No, I thought the giants are robots. I don't know that. Just keep in mind, this is my first playthrough. This is kind of what I'm piecing together here. So maybe that might be a spoiler. You look like those slime toads? They look really adorable. Unfortunately kind of annoying, but really adorable. Interesting. Actually hit me. I did that. I would like to get into the middle there. There we go. The mother was great. She made even the giants look tiny. The giants were great. Thou art tiny like a little doll. We solved that one by showing that how tiny we are to the giants. Okay. As I said, to the right of here is most likely a way to go. Well, maybe not most likely, but that was my assumption anyways. Maybe not to the right of here, but to the left of the entrance area. Let me actually go back there real quick. Alternatively, I could think about how it wraps around vertically, and that might be what I'm looking for. Let's see, how would it wrap around vertically? We know this one is here. Then we have this one is here, this one is here. How many tiles are there? 4. It's 4 by 4, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's basically 4 by 4, which means going down from here would land me up here, but down here is something in the first place. So probably not. Oh no, I see now. Oh, that took me way too long. This is here. So it does wrap around perfectly. It's not a hidden thing that we can get into. This is literally just the missing piece that I was looking for up here. Alright, it all makes sense now. The first children had snake legs, the second were giants, the third craved the mother's power to create and created dolls that gave them life. Trained the fourth children. Interesting. So that's the verticality of the area. Alrighty, alright. Now it makes sense. Please let me through. I did not mean to go here. What? You can't hit that thing? Hang on. Probably just some treasure, but I like treasure. The sun shone brightly at the day Leto fell in battle. We solved that one. It was part of the giant's puzzle where we needed to manipulate the sky disk. Oh, interesting, I can't hit it from here. Does that mean I can only hit those thingies from a specific side? Well, it most certainly means that, actually. Which means, if I want to go ahead and manipulate that wall one way or another, I have to do this from here. Let's just throw some shurikens, because I don't trust my platforming ability that much. Yeah, it's just money. But hey, it's money. I like money. This is why we all navigation systems in the car nowadays, I guess. So, we are now one level lower. We were to the right of here. There's still this thing here, which if I hit it, I get zapped. So there's something in here that I actually have not managed to solve yet, but there's no telling from where I can solve it here, unless one of those tablets says something that I haven't figured out yet. So, this is where the Ghost Lord lives. Come on, oh. Right. We solved that by basically just letting the defeating one of many of the little guys until the big guy appeared. Probably. I don't know whether that actually is what happened, but this kind of appeared what happens. There's one more tablet on the left. Concerned for his brothers, Ribu dug a hole and sent the lake's water to the tower. His strength exhausted, he let down to rest. Those are frightening. Yeah, kinda. So the other tablet was basically just about the history of the giants. This is an interesting one. For the tower to fly, much water was needed. Miguel carried a lake to this land, then drew his last breath. And right, this is the water area. This is the waterfall, which actually connects here to one of the towers. Then to the left here, this is the outside, by the way, the surface. And then somewhere in the air apparently was this thing, or actually just to the left of here. I don't know how accurate that depiction is, it might just be a bit off, but that's kind of the thing I take away from this. Oh my goodness. Save as. Here we are in the Mausoleum of Giants, the Morgue. Fly, tower, surface, layout. Okay, made a screenshot for this one. Zap. Okay, just want to double check whether it still zaps me, because maybe it didn't, but it still does. By the way, I'm not actually worried about using weights anymore, because we have such a good farming method now, which is nice. Big Coast was kind of scary. I guess it was. Although also one of the easier enemies to deal with overall. This thing here I still don't get. Someone mentioned that it's kind of like a scale, it weighs you, which kind of makes sense. But I guess I weigh too much for it to do anything interesting. So this is a thing we haven't actually not figured out yet. Let's see what the skeleton says down here. Skeleton doesn't say anything. I need to get up to this tablet. Just to see what it says. Abutochi, Ribu and Sakidal hoped there would come one day when Mother would live in this land. Right. I don't want to invest another... one of them thingies. It was Moonlight that she started playing the land, right. That's part of the puzzle in here that we solved. There's another tablet here. I think this is a shop. Right, we got the boots here, and we can also buy weights here if we need to. A blanket of countless stars spread over Bardo, falling to deep slumbers. Right, that's part of the puzzle as well. To the right here's just this room here, where we got the Ankh from. I'm curious what the tablet says up there. I probably will need to set the constellation correctly though. I assume I read that tablet up there. There's another tablet over here. Zebu would not budge, for he was the one who sustained the land, but the rest of them split up the battles. Right, we know who Zebu is, he's the guy at the top. Not sure whether that information is still relevant, but that's kind of how it is. Let's see whether the constellation is still set, so this guy is going to sleep. Those who plunder the red light shall never escape. I think it's light. Let's see. Nope. Slumber under the stars. So I think we need to set the sky disk to the stars, if I'm not mistaken in this case. So one to the left, if I'm not mistaken. What was this one? Right, the celestial bodies. Basically the entire contrap. I didn't know. Oh, I actually didn't activate it. Alrighty. So let's see. Just curious what that tablet says up there. I will read those tablets here after I figure that out. Just kind of keeping focus. Trying to visit all the rooms again. Because I tend to forget that. Let's see. Do you do the thing? He does. Kind of scary. The first time... I think this is the guy that did a thing. It really startled me because I didn't expect it at all. But at least I figured out the puzzle to this. Miguela is left-handed. Okay. Nothing interesting here. Having managed to make progress, we defeated Baphomet and we kind of lit up the statue's eyes just by accident, in a sense. Beyond that, we are just kind of retracing our steps, trying to figure out maybe more things about these areas. I believe this is the symbol of the twin labyrinths here. pretty sure this was the Twin Labyrinth with the poison. No... It is the Twin Labyrinths, but... Actually, maybe now there's something happened here because I defeated Baphomet or lit up the other dude, for that matter. I should re-explore this. This is probably still going to zap me. I'm not even going to try. I don't have that much health left. Although it will fill up soonish. The twins were the sole survivors of the first child. The hero of the third child captured them and thus obtained the wisdom of the first child. So the first child's wisdom we know was the half-fish dude, I think. Maybe. Oh. Dragonark is now raiding you with a party of 41. Hey Dragonark, thank you so much for the raid and host, appreciate that. Welcome everybody, we are just casually trying to wander through La-Mulana, which is a pretty fascinating game, very very cryptic, and I'm just walking through the game, so to speak. Coffee is at drinkable temperature now, that sounds nice. So, I figured out that these areas here are not what they seem to be. And I think I figured out all combinations on where I can go, probably. I'm just going to reread the tablets again. Also, that kind of witch with the stun effect is probably the worst one of the bunch. I believe this is where I got the diving helmet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is where I got the helmet. I have plenty of weights, don't need to buy any new ones. I still wanted to check whether I can still buy more of the other things. So this is a fake Ankh, in case you're curious. If you get close to it, it will transform into many bats. I mean, I might as well demonstrate it. For fun. That was interesting, it didn't activate until I stopped hitting. I don't remember the combination of moves I made in order to get to different areas. Beyond the skull lies the entrance to the... This might actually be relevant, I'm actually making a screenshot of this one. Twin Labs 2 from the Mausoleum of Giants, and Beyond Skull entrance to the E-R. I don't know what that means. Oh, the Endless Corridor. Probably. It kind of would fit in. We already have found the entrance to the Endless Corridor in the Mausoleum of the Giants. Not sure how useful that is, but it's probably what it says. Probably. By the way, those things here, that's not an entrance. You cannot go in there. Which is kind of weird. Oh! I finally recognize what those statues... what that entrance type thingy looks like. Hang on. Wait a second. This thing here is actually literally mirrored compared to what it was in the previous room. I didn't notice that until now. Not sure how relevant that is, but it's a thing. What was this one here? Am I backwards now? I think I might be going backwards. I don't remember. Hey Royal Blue, welcome, how are you doing? Yeah, it's mirrored again, not all those things. This is where I've been before, just now. Let's go back down. We are back at the entrance from the Mausoleum of the Giants, just up there to the right, so... like this, and then immediately go back up. And we are back here, where we were just a moment ago, question mark? No, this is actually different, isn't it? I actually wrote down how this works at some point. Wait, this is a different entrance. Is it? No, this is the Mausoleum of Giants. Yeah. Wait, what was the other exit then, for that matter? I think that was different? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Let's see, let's immediately go back up. Where was this? I went up here, and I thought I was at the entrance again. Or did I go down here first? No, this is indeed back at the entrance. By the way, considering how the twin labyrinths look, this seems to be in the middle section that I cannot actually normally get to. There's still that section which had poison gas in it, which we can access from a different area. I wonder whether that's relevant now that I've defeated Baphomet and or lit up the statue thingies. Ouch. Yeah, I need to be careful. I don't remember what was up here. I've been here before. I don't think I've gone back down to the left side. Maybe. Oh, I've been just here before. This actually just leads back and forth, which is slightly unusual, I guess. At least for this kind of area. I don't have a map for this area. Pepper Ann. I don't know where the map is for this area. But yes, that's something I could technically do if I had a map. The map, I don't know where it is. It's probably... I feel like the entire layout or the secret of the Twin Labyrinth would be revealed if you had the map, which is probably why you don't get it. I did actually make a little bit of a list and write-up on how these areas here most likely connect at some point already. Thank you for the heal. But I'm pretty sure there's nothing more that is relevant in here for now. I'm just going to go. The thing is, I found the other shop. I think there was another shop down there anyways. So I'm just going over here for now. Back to the Mausoleum of Giants. There were two tablets left and right. Ouch. In order to return the mother to heavens, bottom again little filled flying tower. Once again, I get a strong sense of aliens. The first child had the body of a snake. Second child had a large body. So, I'm kind of curious whether this refers to individual children or generations for that matter. Like the snake, the body of a snake, refers to probably Isis. That was my guess anyways. There seems to be more with the body of a snake. Well, I guess snake was... I don't know. Generations. I see. If we look at this with generations, it makes more sense. Also, by the way, just kind of a little tidbit again, ladies and gentlemen. If you know the story, I'm often asking rhetorical questions that are not supposed to be answered by people that know. Just kind of thinking out loud, so to speak, is the idea. So just kind of as a heads up. Make sure to not accidentally spoil things. Music is great, I do agree. It's really, really nice. But yeah, Generations does definitely make the most sense for here. Youngest socket? Right. Over here on the left, we got to the Endless Corridor. We defeated the other dude over there. We are the second race born of the Great Mother. We were the second race. Oh, they had a large body. Those were the giants. I see. I still think the giants are robots. Or golems, at least. They were created in order to return Mother to the heavens. The second race born of... Okay. So the large bodies refers to that. Let me actually go and screenshot the tablet over here real quick. I don't know if this is going to be relevant or not, but it could be for all I know. So, body of a snake, so Isis and Poseidon is kind of a snake, no, it's more of a fish rather than snake. We have Mausoleum of Giants, Generations of the Mother. So the bird stole the wisdom of the snakes from the giants. I didn't make a screenshot of that, did I, of that specific one? Let's see real quick. Yeah, I didn't make a screenshot of that one, but something like that at least. Basically the fourth generation of fish imprisoned the snake, I think. I feel like I will be able to write a guide on the La-Mulana lore. That's unlikely. Well, at least not easily anyways. The thing is, I'm actually usually horrible at piecing together a story like this, but because it's so tightly tied into the puzzles that we need to solve, it kind of forces me to pay more attention than usual. Normally, like, let's say, in a sense, this story is kind of told in a lot of ways like the story in Dark Souls, or even Terranigma for that matter, where you just see bits and pieces everywhere scattered throughout, and then you need to piece them together. In these other games, it's not necessary for you to progress. In this one here, it is necessary, and thus I just kind of have to do the work myself, but usually I just like to watch videos on the lore, how it pieces together, because I'm kind of lazy like that, usually. Hey Darkest Phoenix, welcome, how are you doing? You love environmental storytelling? And yes, I definitely agree with that. I really enjoy environmental storytelling if people tell me actually what that storytelling is about. Like, sometimes I just kind of figure out bits and pieces by myself, but most of the time I like to just read up on it instead. So, alrighty, that makes the most sense. So the thing is, it told me that the Endless Corridor basically lies beyond the skull, but there's no skull here. Unless you kind of consider Socket Roboface to be a skull or so, which is kind of weird. There might be a different entrance to the Twin Labyrinths, or maybe it just kind of leads to a different area, for that matter. I think that's everything here. The story and the hints are often told so cryptic that you barely understand them, even after you made progress. Right, that's kind of the thing where it's, I feel like for this game specifically, it's too cryptic for my taste. Like, just a little bit less cryptic would be nice. But at the same time, that is also at the same time the charm of this game, really. It does things that no other games just don't dare, because it doesn't really care about what is conventionally known as good game design. Which makes for awesome moments, but can also be really frustrating to an extent. This is the type of game where you just want to play this alongside 3-4 other people, where you just share information and things that you figure out. Or alternatively, how I try to do it here, where I try to have other people who don't know the game think alongside and try to figure out stuff with me. Cutscenes that take you out of the game. Cutscenes can be really good about conveying more things. Like maybe sometimes you're supposed to feel weak, and that's kind of why the game takes control away from you through a cutscene specifically, and that conveys a moment as well. Although very often cutscenes are not necessarily well implemented into the flow, and it breaks the flow of the gameplay. Alrighty, that was the Mausoleum of Giants. I think it was in the Temple of the Sun where we defeated the chariot dude, if I'm not mistaken, where it leads into the Twin Labyrinths as well. Alright, it's still poisonous. Or venomous, poison. Okay, this depiction might be interesting. Body of a snake, so this is basically the first generation of things. The twins Idigna and Burarun have the body of a snake. They decide to travel far. This desire took the form of the twin statue and its gate. The twin statue calls forth the gate's power. The hero Hermes and used the statues to release the twins. This is really cryptic. I'm going to make a screenshot of this one. This is kind of the third entrance to the Twin Labyrinth that I found for that matter. And I figured maybe by now I would be able to make use of it, but apparently also not. Twin Labs 3. Digna, Uranun, Twin Statue. Statues release twins. Maybe not. By the way, you automatically go over once the timer runs out. There does not seem to be anything that I can do here. Yeah, no. Alright. I don't feel like I can get out of here either, which is interesting. Well, I guess my next goal is going to be Temple of the Sun, just revisiting old tablets, trying to reread them and stuff. Ouch. And there's still the question about how do I take care of the Sphinx over here on the right? Which that seems kind of strange. Aim and shoot, we did that. Actually curious. What was in here again? Right. What's here? There's a man, there's for us a woman. Weapon shall not be used within the woman. Right. Which I believe refers to the Temple of the Moonlight, which probably represents the woman, where if I use the weapon anywhere inside, I get zapped. So, careful. On the other hand, this Sphinx over here is just... how do you deal with it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Sphinx actually guards the many tablets on the right side that may tell more of the story. We can actually drop down into here from the spring in the skies. I don't remember what was in here. The goddess Isis is at the Temple of the Sun. She gave birth to Horus and his figure of motherhood. Because of this fact, she waits silently, perched higher than any other god. Is that a throwing spear? Yes, we have spears that allow us to throw downwards. Not terribly useful most of the time. I think it was used once so far. Although it's worth noting that we can shoot through stuff. What did I do to kill the twin snakes? I just hit it with the whip until it crumbled. Nothing more fancy than that. Can you ask a question about if you've tried something before? It depends if it's potentially a spoiler. I don't know whether you know the game or not. Then if you think it might actually lead me somewhere where I could go, then preferably not yet. I will ask for guidance, probably sooner rather than later once I revisit the tablets and essentially refresh my memory on them. So the Sphinx here doesn't really do anything for me right now. I tried many things with the Sphinx, I don't seem to be able to activate or deactivate it for that matter. What was in this thing in the water? Fill this place with water. The mirror that... right, basically tells me how to get the mirror that was in this chest over there. To the right we get to the Chamber of Extinction. Did anyone else get re-addicted to Dark Souls with the remaster? I still want to play it, so I have not gotten around to doing that yet. Played 7 hours yesterday, nice. There's no light up ahead. I know that, thank you. Not useful right now. This thing at the bottom right, I'm pretty sure I already tried to hit. It looks so out of place, but yet it doesn't seem to do anything for that matter. Let's see. It's a weird enemy. The woman shall be with a child when within the man. I'm pretty sure I know the solution to that one. Hang on a second. Let's try different sub-weapons on this. Because that kind of worked on the twin statue thingies. Okay, let's see. That'll be kind of weird if cold throws work, but hey, you never know. I don't think I can throw the spears in there. Not here either. Nope. So there's definitely something in there that we cannot access right now. So they did upgrade it to 60 FPS. Nice. So Dark Souls with 60 FPS sounds really, really nice. Because even if you are like me and don't really see much of a difference, unless you have a really direct side-by-side comparison, it definitely feels a lot smoother if it's 60 FPS to play. That looks like a woman. Yeah, a little bit, I guess. Woman shall be with child when within the man. I mean, doll is kind of like a child. How did I activate the doll again? There we go. Not appears to be nothing there. But yeah, this is kind of the woman within the man, shall we with child, which that is probably the hint to the puzzle here. So we know the pyramid kind of represents the man. This is something we already know. Because the other side, the flip side, the Moonlight Temple, represents the woman. So this has to be the man. So this is indeed woman within the man, but... we need to bring her a child? I think this this is literally the hint of the tablet to tell me how to open that. But I don't know. Actually, I have an idea on how this might work. This might be, as I said, this is connected to the other side where the pyramid in the Moonlight Temple represents the woman. And I do know there is that place where I'm supposed to sleep. Which, well, if you sleep in that place, it will make sense that the woman has a child afterwards, and that might actually open up this thing here afterwards. But the thing is, I can't get there yet, to my knowledge. And yes, the picture is definitely what represents the woman. I mean, the placement even makes sense, although... Yeah, that was the sun tablet or disc that we moved. So this is indeed where the woman is. Yeah, this is the place, you're right. Yeah, that makes sense. So I feel like I have a good idea on how to solve this. But I don't have the means to get there yet. Probably. The tablet in the bottom left just tells me I need to defeat all the bats in order to get whatever we got in here. And I think that was everything here for now. The path that connects the two pyramids. Right, I think in here we get into the Moonlight Temple. This is the other side of the pyramid. If I use my weapon here, I will get zapped everywhere. And this entire pyramid here represents the woman. And as you might be able to tell, this is kind of like the female reproduction organ. And we need to get in here somehow in order to, well, sleep here. And that probably produces the child. That's kind of my best guess about it, anyways. But this most likely will do, quote-unquote, the trick. Although, it might just open up this chest instead. So we are still not further. Maybe it opens up both. I don't know. What is the thing in the top right corner? There's a diagram depicting that looks like a woman with a large stomach. Probably pregnant. Once again, I can't use any weapons in here. I will get zapped. And yes, it definitely looks like the image from the tablet. I do agree. Those are the sages, I think, that are still petrified. I have no idea how to unpetrify them, for that matter. So, to my knowledge, there's not much else I can do in here, for that matter. What did this thing say? The sound of the ocarina may be heard only by a woman with child. Oh! Oh, this is probably the... If I have a flute, or an ocarina, I guess, at some point, I will want to play it inside the... inside the other side. So that might be the ocarina playing there in order to reveal whatever is hidden in there. That makes sense. Let me actually screenshot this. Moonlight Temple. Ocarina. Sound. Woman. Plus child. Link is a woman with child? What? Give me a second, guys. Alrighty, I think I'm going back to Temple of the Sun now for now. There's more of those tablets in here. Jump into the sun. Huh. Well, I don't know what that means. There's no tablet here. Actually go down here. Bonk. Cast the light, the truth shall be revealed. Well, we know this one now. Huh. Kinda strange. I wonder that those platforms were there before casting that light. Now we are inside here. I don't know or remember what this one said. A statue of the giant waits in the land of Inferno. The words of the spirit are hidden within, but one must wait for them to present themselves. That's good. That could be an interesting one. The statue of a giant waits in the land of Inferno. The words of the spirit are hidden within, but one must wait for them to present themselves. So maybe I need to wait somewhere where there's a giant in Inferno area. So that actually is probably something I want to pursue more or less immediately before I forget about it. So, Egypt area, statue of giant in Inferno. Wait. Okay. I need to take a very short bathroom break, so be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Greetings to you, Khan View. Welcome, how are you doing? So, let's try to find a statue of the giants in the Inferno area. We know there's a snake body lady here, just kind of above this room, I think. Let's see. Hall of Worship. This thing here definitely looks like the snake lady a lot. So, anything interesting? Yeah, alright, never mind. Still seeking Eden. Right, we know that one. We found Eden, basically. Anything interesting here? Not really. So here we found the other entrance. I think we went through the twin labyrinths. No, actually we went through the tower in order to get there. Could you not do that? At the bottom of this land lies a darkness that leads to death. Which might be referring to the twin labyrinths. So this is kind of where on the other side the ruined tower was, I think. Those who have made it this far, we have chosen thee. Come to us, we shall answer the tune of thine ocarina. That's an interesting one. That's another one with the ocarina, basically a separate one from what I can tell. And we made one to check this out, so to speak. Inferno. Ocarina. Chosen. Bottom left area. Okay, that could be something. Looks like we need the magic flute. Yeah, we'll probably get it sometime, somewhere. Thank you, Gandu. The stream is nice. Right, this is the Tower of Ruin, where we have been on the other side, or from above for that matter, before. Let me check real quick. Just curious whether I could destroy that thing. I know it's really difficult to get out of here. Thank you. This was the Ankh, but we don't have any. Well, the cross, but we don't have any more Ankhs that way around. Kind of knew that beforehand. Do we know where there's a statue? Wait, I didn't check whether that room actually had a statue or anything like that inside of it. Doesn't look like it. Statue. No statue in this room either. Anterior chamber. A cloak made from ice protects from heat. We have that one. So this one says, there's more to this land than meets the eye. It is a pivotal location. Tread a different path and then return to this land again. Do we know? Do we know how this looks or where this is for that matter? Like, this looks like a map. Those thingies here seem to be like towers. Some of those towers that were built, or well, rocket spaceships as I like to think of them. I'm not sure. Let's see. Inferno. Pivotal location. Area. Map. Yeah, map. No clue what it is. Okay. Let's see. What was over here on the left side? Puzzle. No giant though. Sorry if I, by the way, keep clicking out of the window. I need to basically put the chat in front in order to see the chat. And whenever I make a screenshot, I tend to forget to put the chat back. 2 weapons are kept in this land. One lies beyond Pazuzu's guard, which I defeated. The other lies in the Serdab of Light, which extends from the Pit of Flames. Did I get both weapons? I don't remember that. I do think we defeated Pazuzu. I don't remember. I wish I remember. If someone, by the way, feel free to tell me in this case specifically whether I already have the weapon or not. Nothing more, just that. Stick to the walls once the flames die down, kick off the walls and proceed. Right. I remember. Pazuzu up? I don't know. So the only statue that I currently can see or remember is here. Maybe I just need to wait here? What did this stone say? Turn left and swing your weapon, turn right and swing your weapon. The souls of the children long departed shall be awakened. Then we wait. So it tells me the statue of a giant is in this area here somewhere, but I don't think this is a statue of a giant. The giants are the ones with the large bodies, which is the second generation. The first generation is with the snake body. This lady here definitely looks a lot more like snake body. But either way, this tablet here, I don't think we solved this one yet. We need to do that on top. Like, you can stand here. There might be a door behind the statue. But summoning the children count as the mother giving birth. Maybe. It's a bit of a stretch though. But to be fair, it's kind of the name of the game. I'm going to make a screenshot of this tablet. Turn left and swing it. I just feel like it's in here, for that matter. So turn left and swing your weapon. Turn right and swing your weapon. Probably here. Nothing happens though. Maybe go on the platforms and swing your weapon. It said left and then right, right? Yeah. That's an interesting thought. Maybe below? Yeah, turning does not have to be necessarily literal turning on my end, but just kind of the different direction. But it doesn't seem to do anything here either. Good thought, Ranchan. Doesn't seem to be it though. Definitely was worth a shot indeed. Alright, so this is also not a giant. The giant might be hidden somewhere, I don't know. It did say the Land of Inferno. Have I visited all the locations in this section, for that matter? Well, there was, I guess, a little bit up here first. That I haven't been yet. There does not appear to be any giants here, however. And then there's also a section here. Ah, on the left. But I can't do that if I fall. It's a bit awkward. But I don't remember seeing any specific statues, but there might be more tablets to read anyways. So let's go and take a look. I remember this took me quite a while until we finally managed to not get hit by the flame. Ah, I released way too early. Does it have to be a specific weapon? I mean, I feel like it would tell us that, like, rather... Well, maybe not necessarily. Oh. Oops. Maybe. I don't know. Ah, messed up. It's kind of tricky to get in there too. Weirdly tricky anyways. There we go. So there does not appear to be a statue here. There is a tablet up top that might say something. The 4 philosophers have turned to stone. They continue to protect their ruins. We know about the philosophers, but that's about it. Point it to the right, and right it shall go. Point it to the left, and left it shall go. Urge just once, and it shall never reach thy hands. I believe this refers to the treasure I got to the left of here, because if I made a mistake, it would be unobtainable afterwards. This is where we fought a boss in this area here. Pretty annoying one too. This is where we got the item, where it's really easy to die too. What was in here? This place was created by the giants as a place for launching the Tower of Hot Water, but the tower failed to fly and this land was abandoned as a result. Thus this land does not suffer divine retribution. It suffers divine retribution? Oh well. Not sure whether there's anything else interesting in the Land of Inferno. Is there a place I haven't been yet? I guess I have not been up here. But from the looks of it, this is a place which we enter from a different area. This is a door to the backside, for that matter. I think anyways. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is... Yeah, this is a door to the backside, because there's another one here. Which, the backside of this is the destroyed temple, and I can't really do much in the destroyed temple right now. I don't think so. It's possible to find this here, so I feel like it's kind of pointless to continue looking for it for now anyways. What was that snake statue up above? I don't know. It's a statue. The snake. First generation of the creation. Whatever that might imply. Oh boy. boy. I'm actually getting really sleepy right now. Less than ideal. Okay, what would be the next area to check out? The spring in the sky, I guess. Why am I so tired right now? Kind of annoying. Right, I already have that helmet. Without the helmet you cannot properly jump through the waterfalls. Open the floodgate, the water will once again flow. Open the floodgate to Oannes. Oannes we know is the wisdom that was imprisoned by the 4th generation. Celtic cross, a ring cross similar to those that exist in regions of Celtic civilization. I don't think there's anything more interesting here. This is the aqueduct Megala made, but it looks like it's not working anymore. It's not. Where is this anyways? This is one of the Turnstone philosophers. 2 out of 4 we've just visited at this point so far. Well, revisited anyways. We probably visited more than this before. What does this say? This is the floodgate. To the bottom there is the path to the Gate of Guidance. This is also kind of a mystery. Even though we figured out that how we get there, we don't seem to be able to do anything there yet. Maybe this gives us more hints. The priest, Oannes, takes the form of a fish. This land flourishes under him, as only he may close the floodgate. It's kind of strange. I believe the boss was called Leviathan. I'm not sure how useful that information is right now. I would like to have a healing fairy. Okay, that's a healing fairy. I still don't know how to open up this gate at the bottom there, so not sure what to make of it. The thing is, this thing here also does not make any sound and supposedly leads to the thing at the bottom right of the gears, which may actually be the thing I have to activate first before I can activate the other stuff. For all I know anyways. This is a shop on the right there, by the way. On the right we defeated the mini-boss, if I'm not mistaken. On the left here we have a boss, and also activated that little gear that started flooding the area. Also, this is kind of how I fell down earlier already, and destroyed the platform I landed on earlier, so a bit awkward. Top left we have the scale, which protects me from the damage the water causes. To the left here we could get outside to the surface. Let's see this tablet. When the waters of the ocean calmed, a new child was born. In pursuit of the sun and moon, man and woman, life and death, and a small, wingless, chillless child was born. Which I assume is the human. I don't know which generation that was. Let me actually look up my pictures real quick. It was in... the Mausoleum of Giants. That is the 6th generation, if I'm not mistaken. The 6th child was born of the earth. Because wisdom is Oannes, and that is the, 5th child. So, makes the most sense to me. Where are we here? Room of Origin. More Celtic crosses. This is the room where we fought the boss in. Collect the 4 sigils, the path will expand further still. The 4 sigils? It depicts 5 over here. We have actually 3 at this point. We don't have the 4th one. We have 1, 2 and 3, which are those down here. So there are 5 total. So basically only get the 5th one once we get the other 4, which I'm not sure that really helps us in any form. Hey, Promi, thank you. I see. Promi, thank you so much for sticking around for so long. Whatever you may do, I wish you good luck and... well, looking forward to your return. Take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for a really long time of support already. Welcome back. Well, I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you very much. So, I don't think there's an easy way down, so I'm just going to teleport. I want to get to that tablet down there. Sail away. Oh, Bahamut was the boss, not Leviathan. There thou will find where Bahamut slumbers. The fish master holds the red light. The red light? I'm not sure about red light actually. What red light? This water moves the tower. Transfer the power, it flows from here. The mother's wrath sank the earth. The people persevered at the bottom of the sea until her anger has subsided. They persevered until a child with the strength to rise to the surface was born. I don't know what that means. I'm going to screenshot it and put it into my collection. Tower. Water area. I'm just going to call it water area. Mother wrath. Bottom of sea. Persevered. What's this one? Above the sun is the spring in the sky. Right, this refers to this area here being literally above the Egypt themed area. Because if we go down after, well, just to the left of here, this is literally where we land. Activating this thing here did something. I don't remember what it did exactly anymore. And then I figured out there is actually a path to the right here, which is kind of strange. Those seeking Eden, we already know that one. So we don't seem to be able to do anything here, but actually maybe with different... sub-weapons. Or not. Yeah, doesn't seem like I can do anything with this. My guess is that I need to activate the bottom right one first, or maybe something else. Not sure. Oh, he can't jump back outside here. That's awkward. Oh, no, anyway, it works. And back down here we are. This is how I got here the first time. That's how we flooded the water into the bottom section. So, did I explore the entirety of the Egypt area though? I think I stopped and just explored the... Yeah, I stopped and explored the other stuff first. Oh boy. Chintatsu! Just subscribed with tier 1. Thank you, Chin. Really appreciate that. Welcome to you. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. How are you doing, Jin? Welcome to you, sir. I was told to choose 3 women. They are waiting at the promised location. I couldn't do it. They yet still wait within the moon-gazing pit. To the one who reads this now, please pierce her heart in my stead, she who never lets her smile fade. Okay, that was a really cryptic one. I needed to shoot a shuriken at the statue in the Temple of Moonlight. Which I did. So we know this one already. Understatement of the year, La-Mulana make it difficult. Yeah, I guess. Oh boy. I may have to take a break real soon, ladies and gentlemen. Just kind of maybe taking a nap or so, because I'm getting real tired. Like, a bit more than is comfortable, let's put it that way. The one who solved all the puzzles, make thy descent now. I did not solve all the puzzles. I wonder, this must refer to the poison being gone if I solved all the puzzles. But I didn't solve all the puzzles yet, and the poison is still there. Makes sense. Right, I forgot there's an elephant here. The holy fish dwells on this rock. It shall be transformed into a scale sphere and polished by the maid of purity. It shall protect thou from the impure water. We already have the scale sphere. Although I'm curious what this rock means. Dwells on this rock. I don't see any rocks here. Could it be? Right, that's the sound it makes when there is a hidden shop here. Which I assume the hidden shop is activated by getting this sigil, but I don't have the correct seal to break this thing, so I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Currently. Call forth the power of the twins. The twins are 2 in 1. The twins are identical to each other. So basically, you want to tell me that death and absorbing life is the same? Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Which is an interesting thought. If they are the same, why are they twins? Rather than a unique entity. I don't know. Alrighty, nothing else in here. With this, I think we've covered most of it from this area anyways. There's one more area on the right here. We have already been down there again at the bottom. Meditate under Wetchet. Do nothing more than pray. We know another name for Horus is Wetchet, and we did that also already. Actually, I don't even remember how we solved that, but we did solve it and it gave us an Ankh for this area. It's like standing in a specific spot. Just basically meditating, I guess. The door here is a shop. Yeah, we can buy flares and weights and stuff. Have I tried to talk to Mulbrook? No, actually, I don't think I have tried that lately. That's an interesting idea. Can I even get back up here? Those tablets on the left are hidden, or well, behind the Sphinx that I can't get to, or I don't have any clue on how to defeat the Sphinx anyways. Let's go to Mulbrook. I think that's a good idea. Mulbrook, by the way, is the lady in the bottom right. Probably. Let's see. Did you meet the Fairy Queen? The fairies too live inside these ruins to help you. They'll relieve your fatigue, but amongst them is the fairy that holds a key. I know that. Apparently it is a key that unlocks some trap. When you find it, take it to the puzzle you failed to solve. I failed to solve many puzzles so far. But I haven't found a place where it would be applicable. Let me actually record this conversation. I wonder if this was a new hint. I know where the Fairy Queen is. The Fairy Queen is in the Endless Corridor, which I guess is a different thing entirely. Last time I was told I didn't have all the tools or information needed to solve it yet. Come see me again when the time comes. Alright. So we have managed to get to the second floor here. I think there was a shop down there. Yeah, that's a shop. Call forth the dragon that sleeps in this land, follow the true flow, and the answer shall be entrusted to the dragon. I don't know what that means. I'm going to just screenshot it, call it Endless Corridor, and probably forget about it. Endless Corridor and Dragon Flow, Sleep. Something like that. Let's see whether we find some more hints in the lower section of this. Actually, probably faster to do this to get back real quick. You can make a suggestion as to what happens when you put Leslie into the food box. Men are born of the mother and live their lives. They reproduce and reproduce, helping the mother's ascension go forth along the path that man is destined to walk. Which I assume is just a hint as to how we solve this puzzle here. Which, well, once again, I was told I don't have the information required for that yet. I'm just going to leave it at that. For now, anyways. Hadouken. Checking whether there's more of those tablets right now. There's a ladder that somehow goes up there, but I basically have no business of getting into right now. And then the rest of the area just wraps it around. You don't know what to suggest though? Yeah, that's difficult. That's kind of why the suggest system is actually in place in the first place, because people wanted to have so many items added, but I couldn't come up with many descriptions. And well, that's why the suggest system is there. If someone has a good description, feel free to suggest it. The last one is the Chamber of Extinction that we would need to revisit. And ladies and gentlemen, I think I need to take a break first. I might stream later again. I'm not sure. I just feel really tired right now. I hope this kind of fades soon. maybe taking a nap. Hopefully not taking a nap for 6 hours this time again. Would be nice. So yeah, La-Mulana Revisited. We actually made a little bit of progress. We haven't really found much at all, however. But we started recollecting information and also locating tablets again that may or may not be useful or helpful. So, well, that's kind of what we're doing. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for lurking, and well, let's continue that next time. Thank you very much.